Among more than 18,000 islands in Indonesia, Bali, known as the Island of Gods, still attracts tourists the most. It is an endless adventure to explore this fascinating island on motorbike. We can find unexpected surprises like cheap street foods and valiant road. There's an activity for every adventurous soul in Bali. In Ubud region, those who seek adrenaline rush can try to swing soaring over the rice paddies and lush jungle backdrops. The lush greenery over here is a unique irrigation system, the Galalang Rice Terrace, a UNESCO World Heritage listed site. In Ubud, you can feel the peaceful ambience that eases your stress. Ubud has long been regarded as the spiritual healing center of Bali. In fact, the word Ubud itself means medicine in native Balinese. After the adventurous walk, you can freshen up in Gianyar district, where you will be pampered by many options of magnificent waterfalls. Each has its own uniqueness. While many are accessible, others are more difficult to access through jungle walkways and descending slippery steps. This island, with 4 million inhabitants, is not just rich in nature, but also in culture. Balinese culture has been an irresistible magnet for decades. To know Balinese culture intimately requires an understanding of the philosophy of Trihita Karana, three causes of godness, which is the origin of the Balinese belief system. It is centered on maintaining a harmonious relationship with God, people, and nature. Once aware, this becomes easily identifiable in the Balinese way of life. We are in Kadek Surya's house. It's a typical Balinese house. It has numerous structures within a walled enclosure, so it's a typical Balinese house. One in the north side, it's called Baledaja. It's a building for the oldest family member. And in the west, there's Baledao. There's a room for all family members. In the middle, it's Baledangin. It's obligatory to have it in the center. It's an open-air building for the rituals. For example, Matata. It's a tooth filling. It's a Hindu Balinese rite of passage for the children who enter the adolescence. It's also for the marriage. So when the children are 3 months old, they have to make otonan, Hindu funeral ritual. In the south, we have paon. It's the kitchen. It's also obligatory to make it in the south because it's associated with Brahma, the god of fire, whose territory belongs in the south. Sangha or Marajan is a temple. It's located in the northeast side of the house. It's obligatory for each Balinese to have a temple in their house. So it has to be between the north and the east. Mabantan is a prayer. They do it in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Kadek Surya, for example, before she left for work, she always does the prayer. She gives the offer for the gods here. It's Balai de Lot that is always in the east. The function of this building is to store the rice or the corpse. It is located at the east part of the house since Dewi Sri, the goddess of rice. This becomes easily identifiable in the Balinese way of life, architecture, agriculture, and tradition. It is believed that the wisdom of living true to these elements brings about prosperity and harmony. Warm temperature all year round and fertile soils provide high biodiversity and picturesque landscape surrounded with volcano peaks. Bali is also renowned for its diverse art scene. Sophisticated painting, sculpture, wood carving, handcrafts, music, performing arts show the natural artistic talent of Balinese people. Bali offers unlimited choices of beaches. This one is the best swimming spots in Bali. It has a clean bottom, crystal clear water, and rare waves. The name of the beach is Melasti. It is actually taken from a big ritual of purification that takes place often in this beach, Melasti.
Down to your last $5 to smoke, you got big dreams.
Away from the island's pristine beaches and resort hotels, deep in the mountainous heart of Bali is water-filled caldera created by a volcanic eruption of Mount Batur 25,000 years ago.
I'm so sorry to hear that you're crestfallen alone now. Do you believe in this new?
Lake Batur is Bali's largest and widest lake with an area of approximately 18 square kilometers. This sacred lake lies at the feet of two majestic mountains, Mount Batur and Mount Agung. As a volcanic area, Batur offers several hot springs right by the lake. From public hot spring to private jacuzzi, one can always find a moment of calm in this peaceful mountainous area. Located in the valley of Karangasem region, Tenganan is an ancient village home to Bali natives called Bali Aga. Natives Bali Aga here still work on their craft as they have done for generations. The popular products from Tenganan is double woven textile called ikat. Considered widely as having an aspect of originality than other Balinese living in the coastal area, this village is an appeal for cultural tourism. Living traditionally in a modern world is not a simple matter, especially for women. Kadek, a 57 years old woman, told us how miserable it is to live as a widow in this village. Not having a husband means you have to burn the candles at both ends until the day of your death. She told me she got scholarship twice. It was $100. Then her teacher brought her to the city and wed her. She left the money for me and preferred to leave. Maybe she was ashamed of me and she knew that I would be just a burden. There are so many rituals here. For my husband's funerals, we spend $1,500, $350 now, and next year it's Ngrolas. We will spend so much money. So many rituals here. It was God's intention to take my husband hastily because he didn't leave a word. Only a month before he died, when he was still in a good health, he asked me out of the blue, "If one day I leave you, what will you eat? You cannot work." He said that. I was speechless because I didn't expect he would utter such words. The day he died was shocking because he went home from work, he took a nap, and he suddenly fell down, losing his consciousness. Nobody could save him. My daughter was here. She also lost her consciousness out of shock for 2 hours. I sat down here. I asked God, what did I do wrong in this village? What kind of karma? Tenganan widows receive special treatment here. You will not find a divorcee widows. It is forbidden for anyone to marry a widow whose husband has died. This customary rule called awik-awik closes the possibility for a Tenganan woman to find other happiness. If a Tenganan widow violates the awik-awik, she is expelled from the village. This is the island of Bali.